15 minutes later, after Akari's friend has slept in a dreamy daze.
さすがに夜は寒いですね。
A white cloud forms in front of Akari's mouth as she looks up at the sky. I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to head back.
いいえ、もっと知りたいんです。先輩のこと。
Okay. I'm too embarrassed to say that. I want to get to know her better too. Taking a walk together is a good chance for that at least. I do have expected her to want to start walking to keep warm, but instead she's staring at their residence. Rather seriously at that. Is something wrong?
いえ。
Akari smiles in an attempt to hide her surprise.
出かけるのに戸締まりをきちんとしなくていいのか気になって。
We're not likely to get any robbers around here, but I have the doors and windows locked.
礼拝堂の方は？
Huh?
あちらからもお屋敷へ入れますよね。
Oh, that's right. The chapel is always open, but I haven't checked if the door leading from there to the residence is locked or not. In fact, I don't ever make a habit of locking it. So seeing anyone could have gotten in at any point. I'm exasperated at myself.
うかつまくつ。
And the third time you've been right. The Chihuahua scratched her hands. You're gonna make a perfect roommate, I'll tell you what. I'll go lock it now anyways.
構いませんよ。神様の家を通ってまで悪事を働こうという人はいないでしょう。
She says with a smile. Suspicious. It's a reasonable enough statement. Well, I've never locked it before, so it probably won't make a difference.
たまたま今日に限って誰かがそこから入ってくることなどないでしょう。もしもそんなことがあれば、それは偶然ではなく必然ですよ。
Fate, huh? This all feels so refreshing. Usually my conversations on these walks are limited to monologues. But now I have someone to talk to. Who can I discuss my private life with? It's kind of fun. Very fun, in fact.
すみません。立ち話なんてしていたら体が冷え切ってしまいますね。行きましょう。
Akari gestures to me, and I walk forward. We stroll through the night. The cold numbs the senses of my skin, making it feel like I'm in space. It's nice feeling like you're floating away from the world. And with the heat of sex, slunks, and cold, I feel like I finally come to my senses.
寒いですね。
I gotta jump with and used to these nighttime walks. As I said before, you can head back if it's too much for you.
いえ、大丈夫です。
I must fall in love with senpai. Akari says her face pale.
でも、寒さに対するコツがあったら教えてください。
Finally getting to see through Akari's composure, I laugh. I can't do anything about the physical aspect of it, but because you're the night, you'll pay far less attention to the cold.
夜を楽しむですか？
And just look at all the stars. The UFOs that flying around the normal plane. So think about hypothermia that might come. It's gonna be good. Oh, but having to put the words into practice, she allows herself to relax and looks around. So she's obedient too. What a good doggy.
なんでしょう。昼よりも空気がきれいとはちょっと違いますね。
Is it? The air is always clean up here. I mean, it's easier to breathe. When I used to do my nightly walks before, Now I don't actually usually do them because just creepy people approaching me. I mean, there are normal groups that approach me to talk, whatever, games and stuff. But there were some that ask some really creepy stuff to do for them, and I just don't bother going outside at night much.
でも何かが違います。
It's probably how the night smells.
ああ、そうか。
Akari takes a small sniff.
これが夜の匂い。
She then realizes I'm looking at her and squirms.
やめてください。
Stop what?
そのまっすぐ見つめられると恥ずかしいです。
I'm afraid I can't do that anymore, I guess. I hadn't realized this until now, but the way she acts and behaves is sending tingles up my spine. To be completely open, she is so docile, so vulnerable, that it's turning me on. Perhaps this is how she actually is. It feels more like someone was telling her how to act when we met at her residence earlier. Right. There's an unbalance in whatever compromises her, and I can't take my eyes away.
にらめっこですか？
Sure, that sounds fun. Oh, sorry, I just got taken in by the sight of you. Did I see something? She's gone bright red. I don't think complimenting her and her charms would count as sexual or power harassment. I'm hearing so much about lately.
この人は
Hopefully.
本当に
Akari seems confused by something. Should we talk about something else?
そうしてください。
So you said you're a first year. Have you gotten used to the academy? Out of 3 routes and a quarter and more? I picked up the comments to continue with.
はい。実家から離れたのが生まれて初めてで、まだ落ち着かないところはありますが。
She proceeds to tell me about how her house is next to the ocean and how her family is the head of a fishing corporation. And then...
それより先輩、私のことを呼ぶときは呼び捨てで構いませんよ。
Isn't it a little soon for that?
リツ先輩の方が年上ですし、立場としても神父様ですから。
I'll admit I'm older than you, but the jury's still out no matter I count as a priest. I scratch my head yet again.
本当にあの礼拝堂には誰も来ないんですか？
People have come before, but mostly because they're killing time by checking out the chapel rather than wanting to pray. It was different when I was a child, but nowadays we don't get any worshippers coming.
もしも答えたくないことなら答えてもらえなくてもいいのですが。
What is it?
先輩はどうしてああやって女の子を抱いているのですか？
It's a natural question to have, so I'll go ahead and explain. If a cat is going to be living with me, she might run into these girls. So she has the right to know. I tell my story like Akari told me hers. About the trauma I experienced and my concerted way of dealing with it. My first time, thanks Reese by the way, back when I was too young to know what was happening. And about a girl who committed suicide. Akari's expression does not change once as she listens to me. It would have been slightly hurtful, if not expected, if she responded with disgust or even sympathy, but she remains calm the entire time.
先輩はやはりその力をなくしたいんですね。
Yeah, if you know a way of on how to steal them, then steal away. Yeah, I do. But then again, the world will be over if you probably have it. I stare down at my hands. These hands that are limited to healing the soul? In an age where medieval advances have overcome most illnesses and injuries, and in a society where afflictions of the mind are growing more common, these powers are a miracle. They don't simply provide bliss, but also take away negative emotions. I do wish I was normal.
慣れるといいですね。
I raise my head slowly as Akari sympathizes with me. What it? I hadn't expected her to agree with me so readily. Would I ever be able to make anyone happy if I didn't have these powers?
自信がありませんか？
Nope. I do, kind of. I'm not just being modest. I open and close my right hand without looking at it. But there's still something I don't know.
わからないこと？
The point of this? I clench my hands into fists. Not whether it's good or bad, but like, what the true purpose of these powers are?
どういうことですか？
Like, are these powers designed to do something? Am I? Is there something I have to overcome to be able to move forward? I don't even know what that would be, though, or if it even exists. To move forward. Out of this birdcage.
人間だけが意味を問います。それが祈りでしょう。
You're right. I'm once again asking the questions I had when I encountered the lost spirit of the girl in the chapel. You can know something yet still question yourself about it. It's because you're hesitant. But then, when someone else validates you, your mind is cleared. That's what communication is. Thanks, Akari.
いいえ、何かお話ししたいことがあれば、いつでも話してください。
I couldn't ask that of you. I mean, I'm the priest here. I clutch my face in my hand. She laughs again, but at this point I've lost count of how often it's happened.
いいんですよ。先輩にどれだけ特別な力があっても、心は普通の人間じゃないですか。あなたはここで暮らすために神父を演じているに過ぎない。本当は神父でもなければ学生でもない。
Then what am I?
一人の優しい男の人。
Akari smiles, then makes to start walking again.
行きましょう。今日はまだ面白いことが起こるはずです。
Huh?
そんな予感がするんです。
Right. Is it now? I'm not a huge fan of surprises. Even so, what really I'm glad I met Akari today. If something else good is going to happen, then I'm all for it. Then I hear a cell phone beep. Someone got a text. And it wasn't me. Akari suddenly takes out her phone. The smile vanishes from her face. Not wanting to be rude, I look away, but not before I catch a glimpse of the screen. That was pushing it. Your abilities don't make you permanent, so you won't get away with something like that again. Devil. You don't exactly see the word permanent much in everyday conversation. Maybe it's referring to whatever mobile game is popular among the girls these days. Yeah, sure.
すみません。行きましょう。
Akari puts her phone away. Don't you need to reply?
急ぎではないので。
She starts smiling again, though this time it's obviously forced. Naturally, though, I have no intention of digging into our personal relationships. We've arrived at the building school. School building. Usually do keep on heading south towards gates to see if I can get out of the grounds. But since Akari is with me, perhaps we should get back now or go towards the mall where the dorms are. I'm about to call out to Akari, who's walking ahead of me, but she doesn't stop and keeps on heading south. She's looking up at the sky, happily observing the white clouds coming from her mouth. It would seem she doesn't just know that I go on walks, but also where I go to. Which means someone watched me go all the way there. How do you have been careless? On which note, should I really be going alone with a girl to somewhere so isolated? I guess that's not so much an issue if we're going to be living together, though. These pointless thoughts continue to whirl through my mind as we make our way through the trees. Surely nothing more unexpected can happen now. Or so I thought. Huh? The cherry blossoms are blooming. An incredibly beautiful sight, as long as I don't remember it's the middle of winter. This is an oddity, if a relatively tranquil one. The petal blossoms parallel to the ground like snow in silence. A cherry blossom blooming in winter. Snow that isn't cold. Cherry blossoms blooming out of season? Though likely it's still within the realm of possibility. However, the petals are glowing as you dance downward. I slowly walk towards the tree and hold out my palm for a petal to fall on. It feels much the same as any other petal would. But the light from it fades when I look on. Maybe there's some kind of glowing chemical in the veins of the petals. I'm a little startled when she pipes up next to me. Yeah, it is. Akari holds out her palm to try and catch a petal just like I did. But these sway and dance, slipping past her outstretched hand. No way, I had no idea this had happened. I'm just as surprised as you are. As I see this, I hand the petal I cut over to Akari. She stares fixedly at it, now absent of light. Cherry blossoms aren't meant to bloom in winter, right? So this could be from the south of Japan? Even if they were months away from February. I think it's a good idea to investigate some more. I'll look around. At which point Akari walks in front of me and slowly spins around.
Senpai?
Sorry. Yoink. Wow, big boobers. Her eyes are slightly downcast, a smile on her lips faint. All the while, cherry blossom petals dance around her. It's beautiful, alluring, uncanny. So gorgeous! As soon as I attempt to approach her, I'm suddenly overcome with goosebumps. My guts feel like they're ablaze. Dark giddiness comes over my mind. An inch or so in front of me stands my boundary line. And Akari is on the other side of it. Oh, yeah, of course. Earlier I decided not to think about it since I didn't want to pry. But if she wanted to pray in the chapel, she could have just come after class, or on our days off. There was no reason to change dorms. Nowadays, it would be simple to fake a copy of an official document on a PC too. So it was some kind of joke or dare then. That's a relief, if anything. I'm glad. However, her faint smile doesn't fade.
冗談というより、むしろその逆なんです。
Huh?
真剣なお話です。私は先輩のことが好きです。
Huh? At this time, I'm truly blown away. Utterly and completely? Akari continues in a gentle tone.
先輩のことをいろいろと話に聞いて、学園では遠目に見かけて、この気持ちを一目惚れと呼ぶのでしょうか。自分でもまだよくわからないんです。だからもっともっと身近なところでお話をしてみたかったんです。この気持ちが本物なのかどうかを知りたくて。
What? She's not saying anything complicated, but my mind can't keep up. Akari starts to blush.
その
That's a hell of a long tongue you have there.
先輩のことが好きです。成就するかわからないけれど、私の初恋なんです。今度はちゃんと聞こえましたか？
Akari is staring at the ground, embarrassed from having to repeat herself. The cherry blossom petals dance, flutter, sway. Now the girl smiles faintly, checks red enough to see under the moonlight. It's so beautiful. It must be an illusion. How else could you devise such a perfect confession of love? I can't answer. What am I even meant to say? I take so long thinking that Akari starts to speak again.
いいんです。今答えていただかなくても。今はまだ先輩のことを知りたいし、先輩に私のことを知ってもらいたいだけですから。答えは先輩が答えを出すと決めた時でいいです。でも待っているだけでは何も変わらないから、私の気持ちをお伝えしておきます。初めにあるのは言葉なんです。自分がこうしたいという気持ちをきちんと相手に伝えること。だから改めてよろしくお願いします。
Akari smiles softly at me. Her expression remains calm, but there's no hiding the tension beneath it. She really does play fair. Yeah. I shut my ass to control my racing car. I thought that we were gonna meet Saya already here. Thanks to her leading us to this place, but not this. So early. I shut my ass to control my racing cart. I finally understand why she wants to live with me. It's a grounded reason, I'll give her that. I open my eyes again, scratching my head while forcing a smile. Thank you. I'm not irresponsible enough to say that I like you, since we barely know each other. But I'm simply open to it. I can see it working out well.
本当ですか？
Yeah. Akari lets out a strange laugh. I look at her blankly and she flusters.
いえ、柄にもないことを言ったら緊張して変な笑いが出てしまいました。胸もドキドキしてしまって。
Her chest?
どこを見ているんですか？
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. It was only my eyes that moved. I turned around from a kind of shifts and looked at the dancing petals. So she actually just told me she liked me. I'm the only guy at the academy and I'm the same age as the girls here. So I do thought it possible. But it feels strange now that it's happened. It's so normal.
どうしました？
Akari suddenly pops up next to me in a most girlish, adorable way. Honestly, I was just thinking that it might be better if you didn't fall for me.
そんなことありません。
That a strange pressure behind her voice.
先輩はいい人です。ちょっとやってることが特殊で避けられているかもしれませんが。
She's actually direct. Right, I wasn't really being self-deprecating. I just don't have much confidence in myself, so I couldn't help but wonder why me?
ああ、それはわかります。
I kind of sounds dejected. You do think we were talking about her? Perhaps she has a lot of memories to sympathize with me. It's adorable. You're strong, though. I mean, you came right out and said you wanted to live with me. Those noises weren't an attempt to speak. She's just genuinely shocked.
笑わないでください。
Yike. I get to witness a guy getting mad for the first time. Shame. Even that is adorable, but I digress. I no longer even care about how weird it is that the cherry blossoms are in bloom. Now that we're both feeling refreshed, how about we head back?
すっきりしてるのは先輩だけです。だから笑わないでくださいよ。
Nah. There, yeah, and the Kari chases after me as I start to walk off. If I held her hand, I could probably erase all of her negative emotions. But deciding I wanted to see her like this for a little longer, I put my hands in my pocket. Nope, no power for you here. It still marks the end of an only slightly unusual day. Yeah, just slightly. Totally.